All right, let me guess. You ran out of gas, you are stranded, but you have cell service, so you are Googling, does my KTM 150 XCW have a reserve tank? No, it does not. Now, don't get me wrong. I was hopeful. I did the exact same thing that you're doing is I quickly Googled, I YouTubed everything, but I wasn't getting an answer. So I had no idea if there was a possibility that my bike had a reserve tank of gas. And after doing a whole lot of research while I was stranded, no, it doesn't. So sorry to burst your bubble, but I hope I saved you a whole lot of time on digging through YouTube and Google. Your KTM 150 XCW does not have a reserve tank. I'm sure you knew that, but again, maybe you're like me and you were hopeful that it did. I am so sorry that you are in this position. Let me tell you, I have been there multiple times, not just once, not just twice, but a few times. And here are some things that you can do that's going to help with your rescue mission and getting you out of a sticky, no gas situation. All right, so here are some tips if you've run out of gas. So number one, depending on where you've run out of gas, figure out where the nearest forestry road or road, if possible. If there are some hills that you're going to be riding on, make sure you are comfortable with riding neutral, and if you're not, to go down hills. This is going to be a great way to conquer some fears of going downhill in neutral as fast as you can. This is why I love going downhill now, is because I've had a whole lot of practice going downhill on forestry roads just so I can make it up to the other side of a high hill climb, going as fast as possible. Once again, in neutral. And if you're not comfortable riding in neutral, then hopefully you have a rope or a tow rope of some sort and you are with a riding buddy. It is going to take you a little bit to get out of there. And if you're going to have to push, maybe you and your buddy can help each other by pushing your bike out of whatever situation you are in to get to a accessible road for another vehicle to come get you. Once you do make it out of the forestry road, hopefully you have some type of communication or tracking device. I have an inReach, and this allows me to send my tracking to my husband or to anyone that's not riding with me. And if something like running out of gas happens, then I am able to give them where I am, the exact location, and they can come find me. Again, a great tool if you're sledding as well. And again, since you are watching this video, or maybe you're watching it after the fact that you just ran out of gas, and what you can do to prepare yourself is having your phone and calling your buddies, your family members, whoever it is. Let them know you're going to be late, let them know you ran out of gas, and let them know that you're going to try to get out of that situation to get onto a forestry road, and hopefully they can meet you, pick you up, and take you home. So if you're watching this video after you ran out of gas, you're already home, you're comfortable, here are some things to think about the next time you go out and ride. Fuel up. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. I made the mistake of thinking I had enough gas when I only had just maybe a half tank of gas. So make sure you're fueled up, you're oiled up, and you have all of the appropriate things to help you make a poopy situation into a fun situation. You know, we all got to make it fun some way or somehow, because these are all stories and lessons learned along the way. Make sure you're hydrated, full hydration pack, filled with water. Make sure you have a whole lot of snacks. Make sure you have tools for your bike. Make sure you have some type of tracking device, an inReach, or whatever other tracking device. You have your phone so you can make calls if you have cell service, and tow rope. And make sure it's the long enough amount of a tow rope if you do want to loop it from peg to peg, handlebar to peg, however you want to do that. But just make sure you have all of those things the next time you go out and ride. And let's just be honest, if you're a woods rider like I am, something is bound to happen. And this is just the nature of our sport. So just being prepared for any type of situation is the best thing. And sometimes being in those situations make us a better rider. For instance, me having to ride out on a forestry road when there's a lot of hills, I had to ride in neutral, go as fast as I could just so I can make it up onto the other side of that hill. And that is how I got better at downhill riding. So these things all happen for a reason, and I hope you enjoy the learning process as much as I do. Now, I'm not saying I love to break down, but I do love learning and challenging myself in new ways. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, because I am going to share all of my tips and tricks that I have experienced along the way, whether it's learning it once or multiple times. So you will find a whole lot of other tips and tricks videos on this channel. So I know that wasn't the answer you're looking for, but no, your 150 KTM XCW does not have a reserve tank, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned something new. All right, keep killing it safely out there, be the vibe, and I will talk to you soon.